What is going on? How you doing? What's up, Stefan? How you doing? What's up, Victor? What's going on? Another day, another dollar. Well, let's get after it. Let's give it 1 or 2 minutes for everyone to hop in here before we get started. How's everyone doing, though? How'd everyone do yesterday? Amazing. Awesome. Awesome. In and out, right? It's so like, we took one trade in the morning and, we were done for the day. And now looking back at it, right, I bet everyone's happy who stopped trading in the morning, right? So Zuni, if that's how you say it, right, we took a trade in the morning. We took coin, right? We played that run up and we were done for the day, right? So now looking back at it yesterday, it feels good just trading, 10 minutes and then being done for the day. Right? You don't need to continue trading throughout the day. Right? There's no need to push. Take that profit and walk away. Every time. So I have 6 runners left on Google. Google puts 135 puts. We're pretty much almost in the money here. We're down 0.14% here pre-market. So it's looking pretty solid. We're breaking down from this wedge, so it looks pretty good. Key resistance above, so it looks solid. Yesterday was good. You were big green. You made a risky end of day play and gave some back. Still ended big green. Solid. Overtrading probably your biggest flaw. Well, you know your problem. So if you don't fix it, that's on you, brother. You gotta be, you just gotta do it. Right? Stop making the mistake. Otherwise, you're going to be, making no money and you're not going to be trading much longer. Right? That's the reality of it. All right. You gotta stop making that mistake. So Google right at 135 here pre-market would like to see this drop to 134.25 ideally. I have 6 runners left and, we'll reevaluate when the market opens. Qs, right? So CPI came out. Market's pretty much flat here. Qs pretty much flat. SPY flat. We're sitting right where we were yesterday, right? We were flat. We had this huge level here on Qs though, right at 372.74. Right? Previous resistance was a support a few times, was a support here, and we bounced here also. If this decides to push down at open, I think we could test 369 today. I wouldn't be surprised if we test 369. We have some resistance here, or support, I should say. It depends on, how you look at it to the downside. But that's the next level below is 370, right? 370 is also going to be a psychological level. So, that's the levels below. Above, if we can retest, let's see what we got here. So we have this previous support here, right? I can get my mouse on it right there, right? So we have previous resistance, support, resistance, not so much there, but 374.34 is going to be a resistance above. If we push up and start to reject, we kind of have confluence with this pink trend line. Then we can look to see how it reacts at that level also. How do I see ribbon? You like calls this week, but I'm hesitating. I'll take a look in a minute. You made 365 in the first 10 minutes and was done for the day. Yeah, that's how you got to do it, right? You make the gains in the beginning of the day and you get out and you're done for the day. Easy as that every single time. SPY. All right, SPY is pretty much flat now, up 0.09%. You know, it's right at this wedge, So if we push up, we got a triple top at 448.51, or even a quadruple top, right? Resistance, 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 resistance. So multiple times now it's rejected that level. So if it can break through that, then we'll continue to rise. But if we can't break through that, I think we see 442. Right? If we start dropping right here at open, we need to break through 445, which is this previous support, resistance, support, and so on. We do have this previous resistance here, though, that we need to keep an eye on. 443.86. So I'll keep an eye on that. VIX broke out yesterday, pulled back. We can draw it like this now, right? This looks even better. Look at that. Right, so VIX is getting very, very tight. Higher lows, lower highs. Let's delete this, clean this up a bit. Looking very, very solid, though. I mean, you know, if this can hold and we could see downside, that would be great. You know, VIX would shoot up. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We could also pull back down and retest this low here, around 13. So multiple options. Google, right? Looking for 134.25, looking for this to hold as a resistance and to drop down. NVIDIA, let's take a look. So NVIDIA has this huge resistance, huge shelf around 452 or so, right? Resistance, support, support, support. A few times back here, right? Support. We're below that. We are below that. And we have these higher lows being put in place. And we kind of have like these, you know, you can really draw it from anywhere here. You know, something like that. You know, you could draw like that. You could draw like this. You know, whatever you want. It's all the same stuff. But if this can drop below 443.12, I think we see more downside. And we also have a gap to fill here, which is right at that support. A gap to fill right there. So, pretty interesting. Meta. Sorry, got a notification. So it's just still in this range. Higher lows, lower highs. Needs more time. Coin setup's kind of invalidated now. Netflix looks pretty solid, right? I like this 438 level. Resistance, resistance, support, support. We're below that. If it acts as a resistance again, I think we could test lows and push lower again. Tesla, great move. It's still in this range, right? We're still in between this previous resistance, right? Resistance acted as resistance, resistance. So we're kind of just in the middle of no man's land here. Needs a little bit more time. Amazon, also just kind of in the middle of the range, right? Rejected that previous high, right on the dot. Needs more time. Rivian. So Rivian broke out of this wedge, kind of pulled back. It's consolidating a bit. You know, it's too choppy here, right? Needs a little bit more time, in my opinion. Excuse me. Apple. Right, take a look at this Apple chart. I was looking at this just before. Kind of have a head and shoulders. Right, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline. pretty bearish. Quadruple top here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Key resistance above, right? Rejected twice, rejected here. Old support. You know, so there's a lot of resistance above here. You know, if this can continue to push down, looks pretty solid. Shop is actually entering this gap. Right, we've been seeing lower and lower highs. We rejected the breakout point. When was that? Yesterday. Right, rejected that pretty perfectly. Now we're breaking below that low, and we have a gap to fill. So that could definitely see some downside. PayPal, not really interested in. Microsoft just looks terrible. BABA, no, and no. So that's what I'll be watching today. I'll be watching Qs, as always. I like Qs the best. Google, I have runners in, so we'll obviously be watching that. NVIDIA, I definitely like also. Let's go back through the watch list. I also like Netflix. Netflix looks pretty solid. And Apple, I want to keep an eye on too. BA sucks. The way it trades is just brutal. It's always a fake breakout. Nothing here anyway, though. So, Google, NVIDIA, that looks pretty weak. It's all down 0.5% already. Netflix and Apple. And then, of course, SPY, QQQ. And then absolutely we'll be watching VIX. Absolutely. Keep an eye right there. That's the watch list. Apple event, pretty much nothing. Everything's exactly the same except, a faster chip, they say. Which, of course, it's going to, come out every year. Faster chip. It's obviously, it's pretty obvious. So that was pretty useless. The watch looks like it's the same thing, too. I don't know. Seems like a pretty bad event to me, if you ask me. So today is Wednesday. CPI came out today. Regarding other data, we have, let me pull it up. So we had this. We have crude oil today, 10:30, guys. Crude oil at 10:30. And so make sure you have that in mind. Then tomorrow we have initial jobs claims, core retail sales, PPI. So a lot of data tomorrow. I would not be surprised if we chop the second half of the day. So it is Wednesday. It's typically more choppy anyway. So again, goal of today, we see a trade, we'll get in, we'll get out with profit, and be done for the day. That should be the goal every single day. But let's keep it easy, let's keep it simple, and let's hit some profit. If we don't, it's all good. It's part of the plan. Yeah, zero innovation. Zero. I mean, it's honestly the Google phones are better. Like Android's better. It's just the system. I can't do that system. I can't switch to Android. Yeah, USB-C. Yeah, other than that, that's really it, guys. Google's pushing down a little bit here, down 0.25%, at 135. These puts are in the money, so not too shabby. Should be up a decent amount. Should be up a decent amount. And that's it. Anyone have any questions before I hop out of here? Let me know what you think. You guys like these YouTube streams? Love them. Sweet. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right. As long as you guys find it useful. So we'll be watching NVIDIA at open. Google, of course, just to manage the position that I'm currently in. Buying QQQ. SPY looks pretty solid for puts below this 445. So we'll see. Same with Qs. Qs looks like pretty solid for puts here. Let me clean this chart up a bit. So we could potentially load up some puts there at open. All right. Appreciate everyone stopping by. If you guys can drop a like on the video before you head out, I would really appreciate it. Let's get after